before we get started, none of the stuff Dr. Livingstone says is true because nobody really knows what happens in the 7 years. So, yeah, I'd just like to get that across. So, bye.
Hi, I'm Dr. Livingstone.
And I am Henry Stanley. And today we will be talking to the wonderful magical Dr. Livingstone about his travels through the realm of Africa. So, the first question I think all of our viewers would like to know is how you survived in Africa after coming from the richest country on the planet.
Well, surviving in Africa at first, it took some getting used to, because the people, they're quite the same, but of course they do things in different manners, like, you know, when it comes to hunting food or getting water, they have to boil their water because, you know, they don't want to die, get Ebola or something.
Ebola?
Ebola.
What is the Ebola?
You know, something that eats at your skin or something.
Oh wow.
I never got it.
That's very
Scary.
Very scary. And the second question I think most of us would like to know is how you felt when you realized that people were looking for you and the 7 years that you spent without any contact with the outside world, just you and Africa.
Well, being in Africa for 7 years was quite extraordinary. I took for granted a lot when it came to living in Great Britain. You know, over there we have food and clean water. You know, just all the things you could want over there. But in Africa, you know, there's not much to do but sit, play, talk with people. You know.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time spreading Christianity.
That's very good.
Around, you know, yeah.
So I think one question I would like to ask is, I see you have a massive scar on your knee. I would love to know what happened to that.
Well, you know, I was sitting on a rock fishing, you know, just talking to God, and I was just sitting there when a lion comes out of nowhere, a giant lion, and you know, it tackles me, it leaps on me. And you know, I'm over here fighting the lion with my bare hands, fighting for my life. You know, I ended up pulling out my knife, you know, stabbing the lion, and you know, just wait for the lion to die. And the lion provided food for the village for about a good month.
That's very good. You must have been a very big lion.
Very big lion.
Cool.
Took like a dozen people to carry it out.
Wow. So.
Scratching my knee.
Wow. So it looks like you must have been bleeding for a very long time.
Yeah,
How did you survive with no medical care?
Well, being a doctor, I just thought of things that would have the same use. Like, I took some banana leaves from the plant right next to me and I wrapped them around my knee, galled it up with a vine, just tied it. And when I went back to the village, I told them I got food, mate, and then they came, you know, help me out.
So what kind of medical attention did they give you? Is it the same as in Britain, or did they give you different African tribal care?
Well, you know, they use their home remedies, you know, I don't know, I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But it helped a lot, you know, they cleaned it out, tied it up. There wasn't really a form of stitching, but I introduced it to them. But of course I had to stitch up my own leg. But it was quite an amazing journey.
This seems like how you know the struggle.
The struggle.
The
Yeah.
struggle is real. So,
Quite real.
but I have one question. You're supposed to be dead, aren't you?
What you doing there, Millie? Huh?
Nothing. Hi. I am now going to talk to you about facts about Dr. Livingstone. Sorry, there was nothing on that computer. nothing that you need to see. So, in the late 1860s, Dr. Livingstone, a Scottish medical missionary, traveled to Africa to promote Christianity. And after that, no one heard of him for 7 years. And people began to fear that he was dead. So they sent an American journalist called Henry Stanley to find him. And in 1871, he was found on the shore of Lake Tanganyika and said the famous words, Dr. Livingstone, I presume. So, these words made headlines all over the world. And they reached Belgium, where a certain king called King Leopold was informed about this, and after Dr. Livingstone's demise in 1873, he instructed Henry Stanley to carry on his legacy. So, the story is now set. Dr. Livingstone is dead. Henry Stanley is now going to carry on his work, and he's looking for someone to help him, help fund the work. He asked Britain. Britain denies. And now, King Leopold II of Belgium is now the leading candidate involved in the funding of Africa. So King Leopold goes in and instructs Henry Stanley to obtain land in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is now the Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic Congo back then. So, but Stanley himself said that he hates Africa and literally detests it. So he wasn't that keen on helping King Leopold, but he was getting paid a lot of money, so I can't really say no to that. King Leopold was kind of nice to his people, but hated everyone else. And he later went on to kill more people than Hitler killed in the Holocaust. And his main agenda was just profit. Like, everything had something to do with profit. And Stanley was determined, as always, to carry on his legacy, carry on Livingstone's legacy, even if it meant going into Africa where he hated it. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.